Hello, let's do Wordle for Wednesday, October 29th. Yesterday we spun the wheel and it said we are going to start today with up by. Stay to the end of after the solve if you'd like to know what to start with tomorrow. All right, so we have an E at the end. Lots of things do that. I'm thinking either an R or an L there. This is kind of where my thoughts go. R or L second tends to end in E. And then A is the second most common vowel we haven't tried yet. So something like RA something E or LA something E. I'm going to go with LA something E, just so that I don't get that E and R at the same time on my second guess. Because if it is an ER, well, it's not an ER word. Never mind. I don't have to worry about that. I could go either way. But what I want to get are the most common letters that are left. I'm thinking trace. Trace tends to be a very common starting word, actually. So let's just go straight for trace. Okay, there is an R, but we don't have to worry about ER. It is ARE, though. So share is the immediate word that comes to mind. Those are common letters. At this point, it would be good to think about the possible other options. Is there an EARE? Or an IARE? Oh, wait. Soar. I know it accepts this, but I don't think it's ever going to be an answer. Maybe I just go with share? I don't know. Has it been share before? All right. Well, it isn't share, but we got rid of the S and the H. What about an LARE? Of course. I just said L. If it's not R, it's L. Glare would be fine. Flare. So we've got glare and flare. I don't know which one to guess. Is there anything else that would tell me which one is a better guess? I don't think so. Why don't I just go with flare? All right, so we have to be very careful because we're on guess 5 here. If there's more than 2 options, we got to be careful. So I think it's just glare, but let's just double check. I don't think we can do a vowel. Ilaire, olaire, alaire, ilaire, and none of those are words. I think we're safe with glare. All right, we are. All right, I just picked wrong. I lost the 50-50. All right, cool. And I think I forgot to turn hard mode back on, so hopefully I'll remember it. In fact, if I do it right now, will it let me do it right now? No. It has to be at the start of a round. Okay, I got to remember to do it tomorrow. All right. Anyway, let's do the wheel spin. Yes, wheel spin. I forgot what I'm doing. All right, let's see what our members are having us start with tomorrow. Quest, suggested by Double E. So maybe tomorrow will be a Q word. Who knows? I guess we're about to find out. All right, let's do the bot analysis now. So we need this. I did play hard mode, even though it wasn't in hard mode. All right, up by was our, oh, sorry, not the answer. Our answer is glare, and we started with up by. All right, so not concerned about losing, but we have a lot of words left. It suggests crate, which is an anagram of trace and somewhat better for some reason. But I went with trace. And then from there, it suggests flare. So it skips my share. Actually, share is equal. Share is just as good as any of these other ones. Then from there, it's saying do flare or glare. Okay, what else was left? Aware. Okay. So flare or glare was the correct thing to guess because aware was completely different. So they get each other. And then from there, it was only glare. Not even any unlikelies. All right. It would have gone crate, which is the same result. The T and C are both gray. So it's the same solve. It might have, I mean, if it picks the top result, it just gets it in one fewer. But it didn't have to do that. Starting with tails. Gets it in 2. What do you know? It just was the best guess. There were 56. It wins a 1 in 56 because it just happens to be the best option. That's insane. Steel probably won't do that then. No, steel goes for cable or glace. I don't know what glace is, but we're going to guess cable. Then from there, it goes flare or glare, even though there's 11 left. There's a lot of stuff left, but it likes flare, glare. All right, so it's just a good word to be guessing. All right. Adieu. Trace, our savior. Then it's going to go Blair or Flare or Glare. So, I mean, it could get it in as much as 5, but it's a gamble at that point. Audio. I think we know that Trace isn't going to get in too. All right, table. Glace, whatever that is. Oh, I think it's like a kind of glacier or something. Is it related to glaciers? Right, glare, glaze, glare maybe, but it's probably the other way around. I'm going to look up glace, define glace. Oh, of fruit having a glossy surface due to preservation of sugar. It's gloss. Wait, how? I never understand the pronunciation guide. Glacé. Ah, glacé. Of cloth or leather, smooth or highly polished. Glaze with a thin sugar-based coating. All right. Glacé, it's French. All right, that's audio. Let's do trace, which shows up in a lot of these solves. Yeah, so it's in that Blair, Flare, Glare. So it actually has a chance of getting it in 2. But if you look, it is a 1 in 6. So 1 in 6 chance of getting in 2 from trace here. And then last one is place, which is what the hard mode bot starts with. All right, so then flare, Blair, glare in some order. It's going to do flare first, though. So it's going to get in 3 or 4. All right. Well, let's pull up the bot. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to screenshot this. And we're going to analyze it in hard mode. All right. So I'm going to have to save this to disk. Bear with me here. This is why I have hard mode toggled on, is so that the Wordle bot is easier to get the hard mode solve of. All right. Here we go. 98 skill, really liked my game. 46 luck, 5 steps, which is way above average. All right, up by bold choice. Admire your creativity. All right, more of you need to start with this, so it can be more than 0.1% of players today. Play it early and start with my starting word. All right, anyway, it liked trace. It would have gone with slate because it loves slate. Only 5 words left. Yep. Share was a top pick, and then flare, and then glare. So actually, the longer you get trapped, the higher your skill score gets, which is pretty funny. Your luck is low, but your skill is high because all these 99s compound. It's kind of a silly system. So it does place slake glare. Interesting. That is different than place flare glare. Interesting. 0.3% of people starting with glare. Hard mode Wordles. 98.7% solve rate is a lot lower than I thought it was going to be. We have a 1.3% failure rate. I guess it's the LAE is a bit trappy. People losing on glaze, flare, glade, Blair, glace, glacé, sorry, flake, blame. I mean, these are all less than 1%, 0.1%, but all right, cool. Well, let me know how you did. And if you'd like to watch the New York Times games, you can just click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all of the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.